During this coronavirus time of sheltering in place, quarantining, a lot of anxiety levels are up. People are having more and more trouble sleeping. Well, fear not. We have one of the best doctors to bring to you. He's known as the sleep doctor. He's Dr. Michael Breus, and he's joining us now. Dr. Breus, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. It's a little bit of crazy times right now, and I'm so excited, that you guys have recognized how important sleep is and want to get this information out.
So it is so important, especially for the immune system. What's going on with a lot of us right now? Because we're agitated, we're anxious, and I would have to imagine that interferes with our sleep cycle.
It does. In fact, I've been getting some interesting data. There's some surveys out there that are showing that roughly 46% of people are reporting anxiety before bed, anxious dreams, things of that nature. And what does sleep do to the immune function? That's the big question out there. So sleep does several different things, but the biggest one is it increases production of killer T cells. Now, if you might not remember back to high school biology, but your killer T cells are the white blood cells that come in and fight the virus. And we want that production to be high. So more sleep equals higher white cell production. Also, there was a very interesting study in San Francisco that showed that if you didn't sleep well, you took the flu vaccine and were exposed to the flu, almost 70% of people got the flu. But if you slept well the night before, then received your inoculation, less than 10% got the flu. So this is important information for us to understand that sleep is vital to our immune function.
And do different people require different amounts of sleep?
They do, as a matter of fact. So that old idea of everybody needs 8 hours is really not necessarily the case. But what we really want people to understand is now, especially during a time of staying at home, this is the perfect time, number one, to regularize your sleep schedule, get on a consistent wake up time and a consistent bedtime. This will actually improve the quality of your sleep as well. But no, not everybody needs the same amount. There's differing amounts depending upon your age and things like that.
Especially this time, a lot of us are scanning or are scrolling. We're on devices. We need an electronic curfew, don't we?
We do, and that's one of my first recommendations is give yourself a break. One of the things I recommend is to do something really positive before bed. There's actually data to show that if you're positive before bed, it improves your sleep and you have more positive dreams. So I'm asking people to do things like create a gratitude list. So just write down all the things that you're interested in, that you're grateful for, that have made your life better. I know it might not be easy to do right now, but it's actually very, very positive. I have one couple and they're thinking about their vacation of where they're gonna go once they get out of here. Like that's the positivity that we're looking for here.
Why does taking a hot shower before going to bed help?
So it's interesting, it actually raises your core body temperature. And then when you get out of the tub, it lowers that temperature, which is the signal to your brain to release melatonin, which is kind of that key that starts the engine for sleep. So if you're going to take that media diet, right, go take a hot bath or a hot shower, maybe add a little lavender or a little chamomile to get some of that aromatherapy. Do a little self-care, right? Like check in on yourself and have a nice evening for yourself to get some great sleep.
And you should, and I agree with this. I've been doing this anyway. Change your sheets twice a week. Why?
If you're not a person who showers right before bed, this is the perfect time to make sure that these sheets are even cleaner than they normally would be. And to be fair, there's a lot of anxiety going around, not just about COVID, but just about a whole host of things. So there's a lot of other things that we can do aside from that that help lower that level of anxiety for sure.
And what about napping?
So I'm not a fan of napping during this period of time, and I'll tell you why, because it's going to throw off your circadian cycle quite a bit. I'd actually tell you, if you're getting sleepy during the day, going from Zoom call to Zoom call to Zoom call, I would recommend blue light blocking glasses. So these are very good because when you wear them, it actually reduces your eye strain. So I'm actually having my children are wearing them. We actually just donated a bunch to our school. So this is something that you can use to lower that eye strain and no blue light, which is going to help with sleep for sure.
Dr. Breus, thanks so much. Great advice. And we're going to have more of your tips. I'm going to put them on our website at thirdhourtoday.com.